Hey guys, Emo Tempest here, coming back to you with another volume of tech choices. I guess this is still pertaining to mermail, Lanian or whatever. I guess that's my hardest matchup still. I'm sure it's everybody's, unless you're playing like macro, like 3 macros and 3 banishers and stuff like that. In my opinion, heroes can't play, macro and defissures and stuff like that. So I've tried banisher before, but whatever, I wasn't comfortable with them. So I've been trying to find other alternatives to battling mermails and mono mermail and all that nonsense. So I just want to come to you with another couple cards that are relative or pertain to mermails and stuff like that. I know we lost the warning, so one of the first cards I want to talk about is 7 Tools of the Bandit. You guys all know what this card does. If you've been playing this game as long as I have, you should know that this card used to be very powerful. It used to be run at 3 or 2 with triple Solemn Judgment back in the old days, and 2 Magic Jammers and all that stuff. It's a counter trap. It stops everything, and you can end chains like that or whatever. So what you'll do is, and in this case, in Mermail's case, it's a Solemn Warning. It's a 1,000-point Solemn Warning. They'll activate Sphere or Abyss, whatever, Squall, I believe it is, and then that's it. You'll activate 7 Tools of the Bandits. It stops right there. One of their big OTK pushes will stop. It'll stop their monsters. The main idea against mermails is to help them, to stop them from plussing, I guess. And so if you stop a Sphere or if you stop a Squall with this, and hell, if you even stop a Torrential on your turn or their turn, when they have double Lin or they Squall into 2 or 3 Lins, it's dumb. But yeah, 7 Tools was a very good card. It also works against Fire Fists. Like, you can tech 1. Like, I don't recommend putting in more than 1 in your side deck. I put 2, I guess, for regionals recently, the last week, and it was dead at some point. And yeah, it'll stop one of their Tenkeys, their or whatever. I forget what the fire one's called, Tensen or whatever. And then it'll stop a Starlight Road. It'll stop a Warning, a Judgment. This card won't just die in your deck. Like, it'll stop something. It's 1,000. It's almost free. It's 1,000 life points. It's better than paying 2,000 to stop a Sphere or a Squall. But yeah, the second card I want to talk about is Vanity's Emptiness. I did a little research on this card. I'm sorry, and I realized that it's very good against a lot of decks. It's just hard to learn how to play it, I guess. The card reads, neither player can special summon a monster. Destroy this card when a card is sent from the deck or the field to your graveyard. Now, I know there was a lot of confusion when it first came out, and it's always been like a silent tech choice, but no one really talks about it. One of the rulings on it is if they activate Megalo or Abystius or Lead or whatever in their hand, they pitch the cost and you chain Vanity's Emptiness. What's going to happen is that the monster in question, like Megalo or whatever, for example, will stay in his hand, and it will not, because it is an ignition effect and he doesn't hit the field yet. You have a chance to respond. Vanity's Emptiness will keep them in their hand. They will still get their effects for whatever they pitched. If they pitched a Dragoon or a Marksman or whatever, it's very likely that they'll pitch a Marksman if you have back row. So what's gonna so because this card will already be face up, Marksman will not be able to target it. Now, if you have another set card, it's unfortunate because they'll be able to pop the set card or anything set with the Marksman, and then on a separate chain, this card will be done. Like I said, this is another kind of warning. It's free. If you drop it on your opponent, on a Diva or something, then you're still good. I made the mistake a couple times already of doing that. Like, I set Vanity's Emptiness and another face down card, and it never works in my favor. So I guess don't have it as a backup, and don't set it with anything else. Just have like a big monster or whatever your boss monster is. In my case, I had like a Ryo, I believe at the time, or Shinings, and then I dropped Vanity's Emptiness, and that pretty much seals the deal for me. I'm only playing 2 in the side deck right now. I'm really enjoying it. It works against windups also, as well as random junk doppel decks and stuff like that. And I don't know, anything that special summons a lot, it'll work. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. And I guess the last card I want to talk about is Malevolent Catastrophe. This one, again, like in the last tech choices, isn't so much against mermails, but as a mermail player, They use this a lot, and I'm sure you guys have already seen this if you've played a lot of mermails. This card is amazing. It's a silent trap killer. I know a lot of people set up for mermails, like they'll put like a defissure, macros, and like in my case 7 tools and Vanity's Emptiness. And I don't know, they set this and we don't MST it because we think it's a sphere. So this is like it's a heavy storm. It's a Harvey's Feather. It's a heavy storm, I believe. Yeah. And so that's all they have to do is just pretend it's a sphere. They can bait us hard. They'll search for a sphere and set a Malevolent Catastrophe, and that's it. Like, we're done. I've lost like 3 or 4 or 5 cards on this card once because I'm dumb and I was playing like an idiot and I got cocky. And so yeah, this card's really good. If you have decks like that too that have like I guess that everyone expects you to set cards, like in Rabbit's case they expect you to set macro, so like I guess they'll set an MST, they'll hold MSTs in their hand for this, kind of the same way we do for mermails and their spheres. And so you can set one and just let it rip, man. It's just but yeah, that's it for tech choices, guys. Let me know what you think. I do really recommend anybody who's not playing mermail to try Vanity's Emptiness. Like I said, Vanity's Fiend in my last video works, so this is another good idea. But yeah, go ahead and give them a try and let me know what you think.